Welcome back to Average American Outdoors. This is day number 2 on my road trip to Alaska to go caribou hunting. I slept pretty good, actually. I haven't crawled out of bed quite yet. I don't know if I'm ready to get out. It's quite a bit cooler than the temperatures I'm used to at home. I think when I went to bed last night, it was like 52, 53. Excuse me. Alright, so I finally got out of bed. I'm starting to get my wits about me. One of the things I wanted to check on when I first got up and going this morning, yesterday on the way down, my tire pressure sensors were reading air, basically, all the way around, all 4 of them. I've had 2 of them do that in the past. I've never had all 4 of them do it. But with that being said, they usually come back on after not being ran for a while. I don't know if they get hot and the battery just cuts out or what, but yeah, they're all reading good. All reading the same PSI now, so that's good. It actually looks like it warmed up overnight a little bit. It's 58 now at 4:23 in the morning, somewhere between Helena, Montana and Great Falls. But I would give it a good, I would say 4-star out of 5 for sleeping in the back of a truck night. I would recommend. The price we pay to live our dreams, right? But now that I'm starting to get my wits about me again, I guess I'll get some coffee in me and get on the road, or imitation coffee. This Bang chocolate peanut butter blast is like drinking a Reese's peanut butter cup in the morning. I haven't had these for a long time. I come across the gas station last night. I actually had some, and I'm gonna chug one of these things and hit the road. Come on along, we'll see what we can go find. Sun's coming up over the Missouri River. So, I'm just leaving Shelby, Montana. This morning's drive has been pretty uneventful. It's pretty. Not a whole lot of deer. I have seen a few. One really nice antelope that was right into the sun, otherwise I would have got some video of that for you guys. But it's a lot of like dry land wheat fields out here. It's like stepping back in time, I don't know, 20, 30 years to how a lot more of America used to be, which is kind of cool. But other than that, this should be my last stop until I hit the border. And I got gas and some coffee. I'm hoping it's drinkable coffee. It said Hawaiian coffee, but I'm sure it's not going to touch my Kona. So I'm hoping it's not let down, but anything right now is better than nothing, because this many hours on the road, you got to have something to keep you going. So see you guys at the border. Hay bales. I'm not quite sure why they're out there, or if that just got flooded when it wasn't supposed to be, but it's kind of interesting. I've never seen anything quite like that before. Kind of cool. Woo, almost there. You talked about the impact that Africa has had. Interesting to see how this goes. Almost to the border. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm hoping I've done my homework enough that it's not too big of a headache. Let's see. Well, guys, I made it through the border checkpoint. I did miss the U.S. customs thing where I was going to register my firearm, I guess, or declare it, document it, so it's easier coming back in on the other side. I've read that that's not required, but it's recommended, so I'm hoping it's not the end of the world. The Canada side went pretty easy. I already had my form filled out and not signed. They will make you sign it in front of them, so I was glad I read that on there and or on the internet. So that bit of information is accurate. Don't sign it until you're in front of the border agent himself. Other than that, my paperwork seemed to be pretty in order. They charged me a $25 fee to get my firearms permit and warned me not to drive through any national parks because there's pretty big penalties with that, which I don't think should be an issue because I'm just going up to Alcan and I don't plan on detouring off to really go sightseeing. So other than that, it went really smooth. Stopped at the gate, told the guy what I had, was up front, wasn't trying to hide anything. It was pretty cool. Just rolled on through, went inside, filled out the paperwork, paid my $25 fee, and away I went. So we're rolling through Canada now. Feels kind of weird to be in a different country and not have fundamental rights, I guess. But I mean, I realize it's Canada, so it's not like being in a third world country, but it's still weird. It's cool, but it's weird. Anyway, let's see what Canada has to offer on our way through. Alright, so here's something kind of cool. For their road maintenance, it looks like they cut the grass in the median and then bale it. It's hay bales all the way down the middle, down both sides. These guys don't waste nothing. With the price of hay, I don't blame them. It's pretty cool. Well, we're gaining. I am south of Edmonton by about 40-50 miles. And I pulled off in a little rest area. I've been driving since, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning. And it's probably about 2 o'clock, 2:30, somewhere in there. This is a long drive, but I still think it's worth it. The interesting thing for me is gas prices aren't advertised like they are in the States. There's not really billboards or whatever out there with the dollar amount per gallon. And it's per liter here instead of gallon, which is kind of interesting too. The other interesting thing is the rest areas. So all these little turnouts and stuff, not all of them have restrooms like they would in the States. A lot of them just have like recycling and like trash dispensaries, which is kind of cool. And you can tell the difference because when you're driving down the side of the roads, there's not the trash down the side of the roads and in the borrow pits and stuff like what you see in the U.S., which is kind of cool. And I'm going to grab me a snack and then I'm going to continue down the road. I'm kind of shooting for somewhere around Dawson Creek before the sun goes down. Hopefully find a place to crash up in there somewhere, or not crash, but go to sleep. All right, so let's go. All right, guys. Well, I found a place to call home for tonight. I think it's called Mood Creek or something like that. Nice little campground here. I'm exhausted to say the least. I think the truck said 23 and a half hours of drive time into this so far. And besides trees, there's not a whole lot to look at. I haven't hardly seen any animals. Actually, I haven't seen any animals since just getting into like Alberta at the border crossing there out of Sweetgrass. But other than that, the road hasn't been too bad. The traffic hasn't been too bad. There was one little fire up by a place called Fox Creek. and they had some emergency vehicles there working on that, but it looked like they had it out when I went by. But I'm here at this campground. I'm going to get a peek in me or a mountain house or something, get ate and get some sleep and get on it again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later.